Okay, so good evening. This is a Brighouse TV vlog, video interview with Brighouse Women manager Rob Mitchell. So good evening, Rob.
Good evening, Dave. How are you?
I'm good. So how would you say the season's gone so far for the women's team?
I think it's gone pretty well, reasonably well. We've played 7, won 5, drawn 1, lost 1. Got through 2 rounds of the FA Cup.
Yeah.
We've had, out of those 7 games, we've had 6 clean sheets as well, which is pretty good. We scored 18 goals, again, pretty good. And obviously just want to kick on now. Just want to get back into it and kick on and see where we can finish. And if we could finish.
Yeah, exactly. Arguably, the one defeat was at Stockpot away, what we lost 3-1.
Yeah.
We were unlucky in that game even then. I mean, we've lost 1 game, but I seem to only think there was the 3 occasions. One went over the top of Dobby, you know, for the girl to run onto. So, I mean, we were pretty unlucky in that game even, so we could have remained unbeaten. Do you feel that way about it?
I think in that game, yeah, and I think in that game we had 4 really good chances before they got the first goal, which, as you say, was just probably a little bit of a lapse in concentration. We've allowed a long ball to go over the top of us and we've not reacted well to that. And then you're always chasing the game then. The second goal, a mistake. Arguably, as you mentioned, we went down to 10. You know, we had a sin bin.
Oh, that's right, we did.
Sort of at the end of the first half. And you could say in the second half, we came out and we were even stronger. You know, we pinned them back and we probably should have won that game. But, it is what it is. That's football at the end of the day. If you don't take your chances and you concede sloppy goals, you're not going to win football matches.
Sure. Who would you say is the most improved player for the women this season so far?
This season, I think Becky compared to me, to be fair, or Emma Dobson. I think both at the beginning of the season, start the season, probably not as well as we'd expected. But I just said this to my other coaches the other day. The 2 players at the start of the season, I won't say they struggled, but they weren't up to the standards what they set themselves. And then the last game we had, where Becky G got player of the match and Emma Dobson was superb, just goes to prove that in football, form is temporary, class is permanent, so to speak, pardon the cliche. But yeah, I think them 2 in particular have stood out. I think from pre-season, I think Carrie Simpson, I wouldn't say she had a rough time, but I think there were a couple of games where she probably felt she could have done better, and she's kept 6 clean sheets now, and she's been excellent. She's made some outstanding saves. She's been important to us. But yeah, no, I think them 3, and probably Becky G probably just edges it for me, purely based on the fact that she got player of the match and scored her first goal for the club in the last game.
Yeah. Just to catch people up on anyone who's unaware, Becky Gunpei plays at left back with Emma Dobson, who is a centre back, and as Rob's alluded to, Carrie Simpson is the women's team's goalkeeper.
Yes, I think it just goes to show that obviously defensively we've done really well, and Emma Dobson's had to adapt to a new position. Although she's playing centre back, she's playing on the left of it as a right footer as well, so it's something different for her. So it's taken her a little bit of time to get up to speed, but like I say, they're both flying now.
Yeah, were there any reason for that? Was it to accommodate Shauna Legg next to her, or?
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously we lost Carissa to an ACL last season, and identified Shauna as a potential replacement because she's an outstanding footballer, can play full-back and centre-half. And just through pre-season, really, we just recognised that Shauna is very, very comfortable on the right-hand side, and Dobson's equally as comfortable on the left because she's got that weapon of being able to zing a ball, shall we say, into dangerous areas with both feet. So it was a no-brainer, really.
Yeah, sure. I mean, signs are good for the women so far before this second enforced break. For argument's sake, if the season could finish and we don't get any more delays, what would be your goal at the end of the season? What would be classed as a good season for the women?
Honestly, we just want to win each game as it comes along, and then whatever happens. I think a lot of people away from the club kind of put a lot of pressure on Brighouse season on season because we finished second on the last couple of occasions, and we always seem to have relatively good sides, and we play a good brand of football, but we've also got that physical edge to us as well. So I think a lot of people always put Brighouse up there along with the likes of Liverpool Feds historically. So we're not listening to what's going on outside the club. There are other clubs within the league who are saying, they want to win it and they've got to win it and things like that. We're not going to put that pressure on ourselves. We're just going to take each game as it comes and like I say, see where that that takes us at the end of the season.
Yeah, are you looking to strengthen the side? I'm not quite sure how transfers work in the women's national league. Are you allowed to sign as and when, or do you have transfer
Of course.
windows?
Yeah, you can. Obviously, I think I'm really happy with the squad that we've got, to be fair. I think we are probably one player short of being an unbelievable team. You know, it's no surprise to me as a manager that the one position or the one place that we probably lack at the moment is on the left-hand side. That's an area that we've identified as a potential player to come in. But if we didn't get someone in, we're quite comfortable with what we've got. People can play there. It's just not their natural position, which doesn't help, and you've got to manage people and their expectations then. But yeah, no, I think from a squad size, it's manageable. We've got a decent squad, and I kind of want to keep a settled squad as well, because I think a settled squad is a more consistent squad and a happy squad.
What about the goal scoring exploits of Amy Woodruff then? Do you know if she set herself any particular goals or targets for the season in terms of goals scored or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, I spoke to her at the start of the season, and believe it or not, centre forward's not a position that she's played in a lot in the past historically. She's played in a number of different positions at Barnsley. She's played out wide. She's played in the 10. We just looked at her player profile and just saw that, you know, she's physical, she's quick, she can hold the ball up, she can turn, she's got an excellent shot on her. And again, a little bit like with Dobby going to the left centre back, it was a bit of a no-brainer to use her in that position. She's been lethal, to be fair. When you look at the games played, she scored 8. I know she's got a few penalties in there as well, but she's got on the end of a lot of the chances that we've created. And I think what she set herself at the beginning of the season was just to try and score as many goals as she can and help the team achieve, you know, the goals that we set ourselves. So hopefully she continues to score goals. But one thing that I think we need to improve on is goals from other areas of the pitch. That's one big thing that we've looked at. I think the second top goal scorer at the moment is Ellie Dobson, who's probably not renowned or known for goal scoring exploits. I'm not going to give too much away how she gets her goals. But she's second top goal scorer, so fair play to her, credit to her, and hopefully again she can chip in along with other people as well.
Sure. Have we scored many goals from set pieces this season? I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I can't think of that many.
Yeah. Well, giving it away now, she scored all 4. Yeah, she scored all 4 from set pieces. So
right. Oh, sorry.
So yeah, I think it is what it is, isn't it? You know, if teams want to try and set up, it's difficult to defend against the set piece, and if they want to double up on her, that means someone else is free to
I'm just going to say. I mean, we've got various other players that can get on the end of
100%
situations.
I think we have got quite a tall team as well. To be fair, there are some little whippets, Ellie White and Drew Green, but there are a lot of really physical tall players who can play. You know, and set pieces are always a danger because the delivery from Ellie White's been exceptional, and then we've obviously got people like Shauna, Dobby, Annabelle, Ellie Dobson, Amy Woodruff, Spud, you know, number of players that can get on the end of it. And I'm quietly confident that from set pieces we can continue to be a threat, but it's our open play goals that we need to improve on, I think, going forward.
Fair enough. When are the women due to play again, Rob?
I believe our first official game is the 13th of December, which is the FA Cup game. So it's the first round proper away at Chester Le Street. So they're flying at the moment. They're top of our league. They'll be a very difficult side. Charlotte Proud, who played for us last season, is there. Steph Jones is in goals, who's played for us previously. So, you know, we get on really well with them as a club. I know it's a bit of a mad one, but we get on really well with them as a club. I get on with Barry, the manager. There's never any animosity. There's always banter on the sideline. But obviously we want to win the game as much as they do. So it's going to be a battle, and hopefully we can come out on top.
Sure. So for Brighouse TV, that was Rob Mitchell, Brighouse Town women's manager.